NA Boxing Podcast, where the punches never stop and the excitement is always ringside. Get ready to step into the world of boxing like never before. Join us as we dive deep into the stories, strategies, and showdowns that make boxing the ultimate sport of champions. From knockout interviews with legendary fighters to ringside roundups of the biggest matchups, we've got you covered with expert analysis and insider insights. So lace up your gloves, grab a ringside seat, and get ready to experience the thrill of the fight. This is the 10-8 Podcast. Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? It's your boy Norbs and his co-host, Downtown Monte Brown, a.k.a. the Uncle Juan of Boxing Podcast. What is good, Monte?
My brother, can you hear me, Norb?
Loud and clear, man. I wish we could see your handsome face. I know sometimes you want to be on the low, and I don't know what it is, Monty. You don't want people to see how handsome you are.
That'd be okay. That'd be okay. What's going down with you?
I'm good, man. I mean, I'm living up the glory over here. You know, I predicted what Canelo was gonna do and what he's gonna say, and I feel good about that, Monty. You gave me my credit, man. Unlike a lot of people, they don't want to give me my credit, but
man, you called it, man.
I did. Monty, I must say, I did call it. I mean, getting right into it, right? So, I mean, Canelo's a smart guy, right? And as soon as Canelo, and let's get to the press conference with Jaime Munguia. We can start that off real quick. We all knew that what was going to be asked of Canelo once he got there. Canelo knew. Reynoso knew. The camp knew that everybody was going to ask about the elephant in the room, David Benavides, right? And to me, and I keep telling people this, Canelo's answers were not random. You know what I mean? They were planned. It almost was like, in my opinion, this is what I think, Monty. It almost felt like he was throwing out the worm to catch the fish, right? He was throwing it out there. And you know, just break down what he said. He says he doesn't bring nothing to the table but 25 pounds. That right there in itself is big, and I think people don't understand that. Canelo's 5'8". He's a 5'8", probably walks around maybe at 175, you know what I mean, maybe 180. Let's just say on a bad day, right? Yeah. Benavides is 6'3". He gives up about 6 inches to Benavides in height alone. Benavides is built like a heavyweight. And that's why he said the 25 pounds, you're talking about him fighting someone that's 6'3", who's about 5 or 6 inches bigger than Canelo. Probably going to show up 25 pounds heavier. And Canelo kind of put it out there to let people know, like, yeah, I'm willing to do this fight. But I'm going to let you know the risk of doing this, and you're going to pay me for that. And came out and threw out that number, $150 to $200 million. Now, a lot of people, Money, was saying that that's a number that he put out there so people will stay away from asking him that and try to say he's going to duck the fight. I have a different take on it, but I'm going to let you give your take on Canelo's statements from the other day.
Like you said, Norbs. 6'3" to 5'8", maybe 5'8", 5'7", 25 pounds heavy, longer arm reach, young, youthful, never took no punishment. You fresh, you got the young home flying blood in you. So of course you got to say that David Benavides is a challenger. He might be a threat. Mm-hmm. But are you willing to pay for that threat? That's my thing. Everybody's screaming, oh, he's the one to beat Canelo. He's not just going to beat Canelo. He's going to knock Canelo out. Yeah. So that means if he go out there and do something that no other fighter has done, right, your recognition is going to shoot through the roof. So now y'all want him to be the new Mexican monster. Y'all want him to be the new pound-for-pound king, the face of boxing, because that's what basically they're saying. Okay, so how much are you willing to pay for that position? You understand what I'm saying? Now, these people cry like little girls. But Canelo threw his number out there. This is not far-fetched for Canelo Alvarez, 150 to 200 million. That's not far-fetched. Like, let's not make it like Canelo's not pulling in real money when it comes to these fights. So when he say 150 to 200 million, he's not saying, "Hey, come with that right now." All he's saying is, "Meet me around the ballpark. Let's sit down
Yeah,
at the table. Let's talk serious numbers, like you said, Norbs, that 100 M's, right? Let's talk serious numbers,
yeah,
then we can talk about making this fight happen." But coming to me talking about 55 million, or like you said, I can make that with anybody, and you're
yeah,
not offering me nothing. He don't offer. He don't have nothing to offer me. You
yeah,
feel me? So at the end of the day, if y'all really believe in your man's, if y'all really feel like he go do X, Y, and Z to me, then show me the numbers and we can make it happen. But other
yeah.
than that, I can make what y'all do with him with anybody else.
No, absolutely. And that's the point. He's getting 35 million guaranteed without pay-per-view for him a year. 35 million guaranteed. Okay. They offered him 25 million more. And remember, the first they offered him, they said they had 40. And he went up to 60 a year later, literally 1 year later. Canelo understands that when you reach the pinnacle of where you're at, you know what I mean, where he's at, which is Canelo, which the superstar cash cow, you rarely get an opportunity to get someone that people believe is going to be the next one, right? So like Felix Trinidad had Oscar, but the difference with that is they both were at their prime. They both were at their pinnacle, right? You had Floyd versus Manny Pacquiao. They both were anticipating that. It was a big fight. Even though this is a big fight, Benavides is not where Manny or these guys were. It's not an equal playing field. In fact, Benavides came out and said he'd take the minimum to fight him. So that leaves a lot of money on the table that Canelo's basically saying, listen, you don't want it, I'll clean it up. I'll take it. You know what I mean? And you're right. He threw it out there like a fish line for all these new people that are into the Amazon Primes and Netflix. We just watched Netflix give Tyson and Jake Paul a big check. They're trying to be players in this game. So is Amazon. Amazon's trying to be big players in this game. You don't think that Canelo Alvarez and Reynoso know that these guys are trying to make a splash in the boxing community? And what bigger way to get Canelo? I mean, Monty, I don't know. What do you think about that?
Exactly, bro. So I tell people this as a fan. Of course, you can't fathom 150 to 200 million because you know that's something that you'll never see in your lifetime.
Yeah,
But when you got somebody like Canelo Alvarez who's been living in that bracket for a long time now, he understand the business. No, if he understand these people has it, we talking about billionaires here, man. Billionaires. You understand? So
hmm
he's not stupid. He know what the numbers can be if the fight goes how you if you promote it the right way,
hmm
you can go out there and get it. You know what I mean? They
Somebody told me that Netflix is like worth $118 billion, and
exactly.
and tw- and uh and what's the other one? The Amazon is worth around the same, if not more. That's
Exactly.
I mean, we're talking about billion-dollar companies. This is a different era. This isn't the Showtime and HBO era. This is the streaming era where everyone doesn't even have cable anymore. Most people that I know don't have DirecTV. They don't have whatever cable that you have. They download apps, whether it's the Zone, whether it's Netflix, whether it's Disney Plus. These companies base everything on a digital imprint, and Canelo is he's kind of ahead of the curve in this sense and understands that these guys have a shitload, a ton of money, a ton of
Mhm.
money. It's a different game. This isn't your days before where it was Showtime and these networks. These networks jump ship. They're done. Their streaming apps aren't as successful as Netflix and the Disney apps and stuff like that. So you know, I'm super geek. In fact, I just pulled up an article on Bleacher Report, and it says Amazon Prime steps into the ring to take boxing's best swing at success in years. And again, people were killing boxing, saying it was down, and it was on Showtime, and it was on HBO for years, and they felt like it was on the downswing, and it was simply because this is the app game now. This is the streaming game. This is a different ball game that we're looking at. And if you don't think that boxers are going to have to also, how do I say, um, switch over and understand the game. If you don't, you're going to be left out. If you're going to, it's kind of like music, Monty. If you're going to wait for your promoter to make you hot, you're going to be sitting there for a long time. You got to take a page out of somebody like Jake Paul or Rolly Romero's book, where you have social media at your fingertips and make this happen, because this is what these big companies are looking at right now. Whether you're a musician, they're looking at your numbers online.
Exactly, Norbs. And what Canelo numbers look like, Norbs? Some of the best numbers that you ever want to see.
Yeah.
And just think about this. You put Canelo versus David Benavides, that's the biggest fight in boxing. That's the biggest fight in boxing. When you had these names out there like Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Money Mayweather, when you had them out there calling out their numbers, like when Floyd, I want 100 million up front. Nobody complained about it. Yeah. Nobody said nothing, but pay him his money. But now it's Canelo, and because people don't like him, he's not supposed to ask for what he wants. You know what I mean? But when we're dealing with big time hits, because when you're making a fight of this magnitude, Norbs, you bring in investors, you bring in endorsements, and these are big endorsement events. This ain't no petty change we're talking about. You got the pay-per-view numbers, you got the ticket sales, you got the live gates, you got the merchandise, you got the food, you got so much thing that's getting sold out there. Even when it comes to the hotel rooms and the restaurants and things of that nature. It's so many ways that they're pulling in money, bro, and so many revenues that's coming in from the money that the naked eye can't see. So man, Canelo ain't no fool. He been around this business for 16, 17 years. He understands the game like none other. And I love his I ain't gonna say arrogancy. I just love the attitude of y'all can't force me to do a damn thing when I've been running this game for so long, and y'all disrespect me. Y'all gonna disrespect me, sit up here and tell me what I need. Mike Tyson telling me I ain't got no what. Then you got Ryan Garcia telling me I need to do what. Don't tell me what I need to do when I've been holding down this game for a while now. No, I'm going to do what I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to do it. And if you don't like it, oh well. And another thing, Norbs, is that Canelo, his legacy is set. Like people keep crying about that. If he beat David Benavides, what do he really gain? Like David Benavides don't have a title. Okay, we know it's a good fight. I'm not saying I don't want to see the fight. Let me put that out there. But if you beat David Benavides, do that make him either? What does it does for him? Because if he quit right now, first ballot Hall of Fame, arguably the greatest basketball of all time, one of the greatest to ever lace him up, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like it at the form.
Yeah. And listen, guys, don't knock Canelo for having business savvy, and I'm 100% with you on that. Listen, if David Benavides wants to take the bare minimum, that's on him and his camp. I would not advise David Benavides to go in negotiations saying that. That is absolutely insane, because there's no guarantee that you walk out of this fight as the face of boxing. You need to get what you can, David. And I understand that you feel like you're going to win this fight or whatnot, and you want to put it all on you. But at the end of the day, you got to take care of you. And I think his approach to this fight is really dumb because so many people want to see it. Now, let me give you some numbers, Monty. This is interesting. I'm looking at this article, right? And it's on boxingscene.com if anybody wants to follow. It says as boxers prepare for its latest reinvention via Premier Boxing Champions distribution deal with Amazon Prime. So PBC has a distribution deal with Amazon Prime. The reach available to grow the sport seems infinite. Amid figures including 170 million plus Prime subscribers in the U.S. and 230 million worldwide, the sport that easily transcends language barriers will be accessible to more people with one common click than ever before. Now, listen, I got about 6 packages coming in from Amazon Prime today. These are facts. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has Amazon. Everybody knows what Amazon owns. They own Twitch. They've done this successful streaming. They have the #1 streaming app out there, which is Twitch. Okay. They have over 170 million just in the States, 230 million worldwide. Boxing goes past language barriers. Whether you speak Russian, whether you speak Chinese, people globally are tuned in. Amazon is going to deliver that. I don't think people understand that. Canelo knows this. And a lot of these boxers should understand this. Listen, Gervonta Davis knows this. He's going to continue to get check after check for fighting the scrubs that he's fighting. Okay? And then it continues to say, it depends on who you talk to. It depends on whether the commitment to maximize that interest by all parties is sincere. And it depends if boxing can attract a younger audience while retaining its older loyalists. It says, the sport's most compelling transition in years launches March 30th when a Prime Video pay-per-view card headlined by the WBO, WBO junior middleweight title between Australia's Tszyu and California's Sebastian Fundora, because, they changed it because this guy got hurt. But guys, they're making a push right now, and they took an international dude like Tszyu and put him against originally an American, right? They're trying to expand. And let me give you something real quick. I had a deal on the table about 3 years ago. I'm not going to say the company, right? But the company was basically specifically targeting a certain audience, which was a younger audience. And that's where Amazon is going to try to attack. That's why they have the Twitches and stuff like that. They want the younger audience because they believe from the ages of 12 to I think like 17, that's where people create their loyal stuff. And that's what they're going to do. You know what I mean? So they're trying to bring, like the NFL has all the young kids. The NBA, not as much as the NFL, but the NFL has the younger generation, the older generation, everything. And that's what they're going to target. This is what they're going for now. That's why guys like Gervonta Davis are very attractive. They're going to start pushing some of the younger guys like Keyshawn Davis, Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean? People don't understand, like, this is what the game has become. And I actually got to sit and get the itinerary of what they wanted me to accomplish. Okay, and people don't understand that. This is a different ball game. This actually may benefit boxers more because they may not need promoters as they once did at one point. Similar to the music industry. How many people you hear, Monty, getting signed to major deals now in the industry?
Not too many. Everybody independent.
No, 100%. Bill Haney's doing a hell of a job with Devin Haney. And if I'm not mistaken, he's independent, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
And what is he using, Monty? Social media.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think people need to understand that. And again, I'm speaking from experience, from meeting with some of these people. I've met with from Snapchats to different networks. It's all about the digital marketing at this point. You know what I mean? And I think this actually helps boxers now determine what their value actually is. And Canelo Alvarez, guess what? Knows his value. He knows his pay-per-view numbers. He can walk up and say, hey, listen, I won $150 million for Benavides. You know why? Because this is what I have on the table. Okay? Listen, why is Ryan Garcia so popular? Is he a champion, Monty?
Nope.
Has he beaten anybody of note, Monty?
Nope.
What is he, Monty?
A social media star.
And this is what people don't understand. Canelo Alvarez is an international star. Globally. You don't think that Amazon Prime is going to sit there and say, hold on, guys. We can grab Canelo right now and really make a splash? Who's this fight with right now, Monty?
Jaime McGill to my Canelo.
No, what network?
The Zone and Amazon Prime.
I thought it was PBC and Amazon Prime.
PBC with Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. You said The Zone.
Yeah, The Zone in it too.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's cross
Amazon
network.
Prime. You don't think Amazon Prime came back to the table with Canelo and said, "All right, guys, listen, Canelo, relax. Let's do it. We're going to give you this $35 million. Okay, you're going to be a free agent, and then we're going to negotiate. Everybody knows what he wants the Benavides fight. He knows it. Amazon knows it. Canelo just said, all right, guys, this is what it's going to take. People know how much Amazon is worth. Some people were saying, oh, he's asking for way too much. Are we serious? Did Floyd Mayweather not clear almost $300 million when he fought Manny Pacquiao?
Exactly.
Did he not almost clear that versus Conor McGregor?
Exactly.
Come on, guys. And I'm tired of, and listen, I'm tired of Tim Bradley. I'm tired of these individuals. And of course, they're going to say, Norbs, you didn't box. You don't understand. I understand business. I've been in the entertainment business for years. And I understand supply and demand. And Canelo understands that. He has an entire country behind him. And not to mention, anywhere you go in the States, Monty, what do you see? Mexicans. Just being honest. I can't understand the criticism with it And again, I just feel like Canelo's moving the right way. And you know what's crazy? Benavides responded yesterday. Did you see the response?
Yep.
He said something about he got to get. I hope he gets enough nuts after he buys. But I think Benavides wisened up because he also tweeted, I think, on the Canelo's post, and he says, "I would not be surprised if this fight happens in September." Why do you think Benavides says that?
Because he know the numbers is out there. He know they willing to pay.
100%. 100%. I don't think people understand that this is a business, guys. These guys are risking their life. They're risking their life. You don't think they should be compensated? That's why I really believe that David Benavides is not going to settle for the bare minimum after this. I think this fight may be a little more difficult to make happen now because he's going to want more money at this point. There's no guarantee he wins this fight.
I agree 120%. No, that's why I say you selling yourself short, and then you thought you was going to get the fight by saying, "Oh, I just accept this and that." Like you say, if you lose the fight and you only accept the $5 million flat fee after Uncle Sam get his and you pay your team, you're not walking away with nothing, man. You walk away with the regular money you would get for a regular title fight, and now Canelo took all that thunder from you, and now you're looking like a damn fool. So it comes down to this, though. This is the thing about Benavides too. He never disrespected Canelo, which was crazy to me when he responded the way he responded. Now, of course, Canelo said he don't bring anything to the table. He don't run anything. Those are all facts. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So to say, "Oh, I hope you get the 150 and I hope you got enough to go buy a pair of balls," he actually doing you a favor because if his bag go up, your bag go up. You understand? Nice. So you're knocking the play. Don't knock the play. And then not only that, you're young, bro. You're 25? Young. Don't. One thing about Canelo, if you piss Canelo off, he's going to make your ass wait even longer. Like that's my thing. Like he's that type of fighter. Like what? If you want to shit on me, I'm not going to put no money in your pocket. Why would I pay you and you talking shit about me? Continue to be calm, cool, and collected, Benavides, right? And wait for your opportunity to come because it will come, bro. Canelo throwing the numbers out there. It's no disrespect to you. But he's just letting people know that, look, this is what I want if they want this fight to take place. If you want it to take place, here go my line is out there. Just wait and see who bite the bait. Because somebody will definitely, as long as Benavides continue to win, Canelo continue to win, the fight get bigger. Wait for one of these rich billionaire motherfuckers to bite the bait. Sit back and relax. Just take care of your business and do what you need to do. And that's continue to win and not worry about Canelo until that time comes.
And another thing, Monty, and I think people are missing this point. Chances are this is going to be a great fight. It's going to sell out the building, right? It's going to sell. Chances are this is going to be a close fight. Chances are people are going to want to see it again, Monty. What do you think Canelo's going to clear on a rematch? This is arguably a trilogy-type potential fight where he could probably clear close to $1 billion. Think about it. If he ends up pulling 250 to 300 million on pay-per-view buys, you don't think the second one more people are going to want to watch, especially if it's a great fight? Especially if it's a controversial decision? You don't think Canelo is predicting this right now?
How bad they wanted that Triple G2, Norbs? How bad did they want it?
Exactly.
Come on now, talk to him, man.
I don't think people actually understand that this may be Canelo's last 3 fights. He may say, you know what, let's do the trilogy. I can make $1 billion off of this if I make the right moves. $150 million for Canelo Alvarez.
Talk to him, bro.
Am I bugging?
Hell no, bro. Hell no.
And I'm watching people like, oh, he's ducking, he's scared, he's this. I'm like, he's a businessman. There's not many people that have been in the position of Canelo Alvarez to even speak on what he's doing. These guys aren't seeing this type of money. There's only a handful. I mean, Manny Pacquiao has seen that type of money. Floyd Mayweather's seen that type of money. Anybody else, Monty?
Maybe Oscar.
Maybe Oscar? Okay. I mean, that's 4 people we've named. Mike Tyson?
Yep.
I mean, people are talking as if they've been in this position to make $150 million. They're not. You can't knock Canelo for trying to stretch and get as much money as possible, especially the risks, the way that people want to see this, and the fact that I believe that this can be a trilogy that makes them reach $1 billion. I think he's thinking past the first fight. I think he's thinking rematch. I think he's thinking a trilogy. We just seen he wrapped up the trilogy with Triple G. So you're gonna sit there and tell me that Canelo Alvarez doesn't know his value and doesn't actually see that Amazon is a. Let me look at something real quick. I'm gonna just pull this up out of Google. Let me put Amazon's net worth. Amazon net worth. Let's see what the company is worth. Amazon net worth is $1.3 trillion, and this was in 2022. Hold on, let me do 2024. 2024. Amazon's net worth. Okay, I'm pulling it up right now. $1.83 trillion. I mean, do I got to repeat that? Does anybody else want to hear this?
Oh my God.
$1.83 trillion, people. Are we even listening to this? I mean, Monty, did you hear me? Did I just say that right?
Yeah, you said the T, not the B, but the T.
Listen, Amazon has a market cap or net worth of $1.8 trillion, $83 trillion, $1.83 trillion as of March 20th, 2024.
I'm about to have a heart attack over here.
And we're talking about Canelo asking for $150 million, like if they couldn't wipe their asses with that right now.
Peanuts.
And these boxing analysts, right? They're Canelo's scared. He's this. You don't think Canelo has a? You don't think Canelo can Google? You don't think he knows what these companies are worth?
Fools.
How many of you guys are actually in position to make the money Canelo's making? Why do you think that Terence Crawford is like, I don't care. I want Canelo. I'll jump 3 weight classes. Can we all understand that? Can we all talk about that?
God.
I mean,
I'm still tripping off the T.
$1.83 trillion is what Amazon is worth.
Come on, man. Stop playing, man. That's peanuts. And y'all up here crying about Canelo and what he telling y'all what he wants to make this fight take place. See, a lot of y'all, like I say, they can't fathom to see past that. Nor they probably can't see past $50,000 in their lifetime. No disrespect to nobody. But we talking about a man who's been in that tax bracket for a while now. Like when Canelo just said he can make $55 million with anybody out there, he means 100%. That. Bro. So quit screaming, oh, Canelo turned down $55 million. Oh, like that's something to him, bro. Like understand that's Canelo Alvarez. This ain't no 100%. Motherfucking Paul and Malignaggi or no just no Joe Blow that's coming up and now all of a sudden again it's the biggest offer he ever got in his life. He's never seen. Guys, come on, man.
He's getting $35 million guaranteed for Jaime Munguia. You don't think? And remember, this PBC was hesitant to pay him the $35 to fight Charlo. He left, walked away from the table. Amazon was like, "Get the fuck back on the table, and let's bring this guy in here." There's a reason Canelo's sitting there, and there's a reason Canelo stated what he wants or what he believes he can get. He should be asking for $300 million at this point.
You feel me? Shit, 500. The T word. So y'all gotta understand, bro. And let me say this too, Norbs. See, y'all fans, y'all have to stop taking things so personal and understand that it's business. See, it's like a fan that's sitting at the basketball game, Norbs, and he's screaming at the player, "Oh man, you not shit. You're not doing this. Get your hand in the game." Look, you think because you pay for a ticket or because you press a button to buy a pay-per-view, you think you control a fighter, bro. They have to do what we tell them to do. We didn't want to pay for their pay-per-views. We didn't want, okay, they appreciate that. But you don't fucking control my life. You don't control my career, bro. You're not with me in the gym. You're not with me taking these punches, these blows. You're not with me when the fight is over with. If I got a fucking headache for 2 weeks, or I'm pissing blood for a week, or you know what I'm saying, I got a concussion, y'all not with me taking that pain, bro. So at the end of the day, just be a fan, bro. Don't tell me who I should fight, when I should fight, where I should fight, when I gave you all the fights y'all was looking for, fam.
Yeah, and think about it, guys. He also stated the dangers. Canelo's not stupid. He stated he only brings 25 pounds to the. That was towards Amazon and everybody else. He's gonna come in heavier. He's a big guy. He's a goddamn heavyweight, damn near. David Benavides. You're asking me to risk my life. I'm 33. Yeah, I'm 33. He's 25. You're gonna pay me for that. I don't think people understand. We've lost how many fighters in the last 10 years? At least over 30 to death. Of dying actually in the ring. And you're telling me that this man that's in position to capitalize, and all these people that have never been in that position to make as much as Canelo are critiquing him and calling him scared and a coward? I watched Timothy Bradley come out and say that Canelo's predictable. He's overrated. He's not this. Terence Crawford would destroy him, possibly stop him. The disrespect. No one has ever stopped Canelo. The disrespect, Timothy.
You muscle bound head mother. You know what? Ruslan Provannikov knocked a lot of sense up out of Tim Bradley head when he knocked him out on that ropes and woke him back up at the same time. You see, like I tell people, Tim Bradley always advocate for Terence Crawford because Terence Crawford beat his ass in the sparring session when he was getting ready for a fight. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford whooped on him. So ever since then, we just think Terence Crawford can beat every and anybody because he got whooped on by Terence Crawford.
My man Michael Tassi said Saul was going to fight at 190, so he kind of can't bring up the weight difference. Yes, he can bring up the weight difference. Just because you're fighting somebody at a higher weight, right? And remember, he's fighting champions, guys. He's not fighting average guys. Benavides, let's not take away how great Benavides actually is. Benavides is dangerous. That's a bad motherfucker right there. Canelo knows that. You know what I'm saying? He knows people want to see him lose. I was watching this movie called Private Parts. It's the Howard Stern movie, right? And in the Howard Stern movie, they say, why is the rating so high? Well, the people that want to see him, what do they say? They say they want to see what he's going to say next, right? Then he said, what's crazy is the people that hate him tune in more. They say why? They want to see what he's going to do next. You know why people want to tune in? They want to see Canelo lose. They believe that David Benavides is going to walk in there and defeat him. So a lot of people that want to see Canelo lose are going to be tuned in. It's a win-win. Guys, David Benavides is believed. I've watched my man Marco. Shout out to my guy Marco Boxing. I love that guy to death. He has great breakdowns. Check out his channel. He said that he believes that Canelo's going to get stopped. He's going to get walked down and stopped by David Benavides. There are people out there that believe this. Do I believe he's going to walk down and stop Canelo? No. I don't think he's going to stop Canelo.
Nobody's stopping Canelo, Norbs. Nobody. And then I tell people this, like I told the dude last night. Are you willing to pay $99.99 to watch Canelo versus David Benavidez?
Absolutely.
So, exactly. So if your answer is yes, then you shouldn't be crying about nothing. Don't cry about nothing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Canelo is no dummy, bro. Like you said, there's so many people that's going to pay because they want to see Canelo lose. It's the Floyd Mayweather effect right now, especially when, David Benavidez that grew on a lot of people now. A lot of people that fell in love with David Benavidez. Not because they watch him fight, not because they really a fan. It's because they think he can beat Canelo Alvarez. His name is getting bigger because of Canelo Alvarez. Because the guys he fighting, y'all don't give a damn about them dudes. Y'all don't respect them at all. Hey, Levon Pettis, quit trolling, man. Quit spamming the chat, bro.
I don't know pay that no mind. Just keep going.
But when you see Canelo and you link David Benavidez's name to Canelo Alvarez, that's what's making this name bigger. That's what's making this name grow even more. And guess what? If the fight don't happen now, a year from now, the fight is even bigger. The fight is even bigger.
Yeah.
But y'all got to understand the business of this thing, man. Like I told people, this is the business era of boxing now. This is not the glory years where the promoters run a game and they in cahoots with each other because they know they go. What hey Norbs, guess what? I have my superstar fighter. You have your superstar fighter.
Yeah.
They don't know no better. You give them $5 million. I give mine $5 million. We take all the pay-per-view revenues. We take all the endorsements. We take all the commercials and all that type of money, and we win regardless. Whether your fighter lose, whether my fighter lose, we're winning. Nowadays, like you said, Norbs, the fighters have more control of their careers and they understand the business of it. So now people are pissed off about that. When you should be happy that the fighters is winning and getting the majority of the money over the promoters nowadays. So,
the crazy thing is as well, to add to what you're saying with the Canelo situation, is this may help fighters get underneath the thumb of these promotional companies. You know what I mean? That's something that's a positive thing. Fighters may be able to control their careers more to where they don't need to rely on these companies. They don't have to sit there and let's say if they got more control and they're making more money, they don't have to take fights with a week notice to lose 20 pounds. This may actually be more beneficial to fighters at this point because they don't have to be pigeonholed by the promoters. Social media will help you out. And listen, and I think people have to understand that this is a great thing for boxing right now. And like a lot of people were questioning about Amazon. I'm like, dog, a company that's worth $1.83 trillion is not a negative thing coming into the situation. It's how they spend that money, who they trust to spend that money. But boxers out there, you guys should be going crazy right now. You guys should be cheering on Canelo for asking for that. Shout out to Robert Garcia. Shout out to that man. They asked him, what do you think about Canelo asking for 150, 200 million? You know what Robert Garcia said? Hell yeah, let him get that money. He deserves it. If he can get that bag, why not? But I see everybody else over here hating. I see people hating.
Thank you, bro. The man put his number out there. He put his number out there. Why y'all mad because he put his number out there?
Yeah, I'm 100%. Listen, if you guys don't believe that Canelo Alvarez if he didn't come into this Munguia fight with a game plan to get the media going crazy, everybody's talking about what Canelo said. $150 million. Oh, 25 pounds. Guys, he knew what he was saying when he walked in there. He knew he was going to get asked these questions. He did this to make these bloggers and everybody speak about how basically take away everything that everybody's got going on. March 20th, there's a fight coming up. Rolly fights, Tim Tszyu fights. Everybody's talking about what Canelo just asked for.
Yep.
And Canelo's basically letting them know, like, listen, and if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, this is his last fight under his current deal, correct? Because he doesn't sign long-term deals. So now he walks away. Guys, do you guys forget who else is out there? I'm gonna put out another company for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna put this out there for you guys. Ready? You said what I said, 1.83 trillion, right? Check this out, guys. This is gonna be very interesting for a lot of people. You know who else is a player in boxing right now? Jesus Christ. Hold on. I'm gonna put it up for you right now. And they just paid. They just booked one of the biggest fights, which it doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. $125 billion. What is this, right? Let me just make sure. Net worth. Netflix. Netflix is worth, I think they're saying right here. What are they saying? They're saying Netflix is worth. Jesus Christ. But Netflix says it over here. 100. Hold on, let me see. Let me pull up this Netflix real quick. Let me see. Let me pull up Netflix net worth. Netflix is another $1 billion company. But damn, Amazon is a $1 trillion company. But Netflix is trying to be a major player in the situation right now. Mm-hmm. They just signed Jake Paul and why do you think they signed Jake Paul? Jake Paul is trending everywhere. He understands they're trying to make a big splash. Now, Netflix isn't as big. Of course, we said $1.83 trillion Amazon, right? They're $268.63 billion. That's what they're worth right now, Netflix. You don't think Netflix wants to make a splash? Why do you think they went and got Mike Tyson, an icon? So now you're Canelo Alvarez. You're like, oh, hold on. We just seen Jake go with Mike Tyson. I'm on my last fight over here at PBC, right, with Amazon. Why not let these guys bid against each other? Of course, Amazon got more money, but they may be more willing to put up more because they want to make a bigger splash. Exactly. Guys, when you got people willing to spend money, you put them against each other and let them negotiate. Canelo didn't say he was loyal to anyone. He said whatever streaming company comes along, right, that I want to work with, they get me that money. I'll fight him tomorrow. What's today? March 20th? He said he'll fight him tomorrow. I mean,
come with the money, baby. Show me the money.
Monty, I'm super excited, man. Like, because I believe it's going to happen now. I believe that it will happen. I don't think it's going to happen in September. I don't believe it. But it could. It's a possibility. If they come with the 150, when he said I'll do it tomorrow, that kind of meant I'll do it in September. You come up with that $150 million, guaranteed, September I will fight David Benavides.
And check this out too, Norbs. Like, okay, he said 150 to 200 million.
Yeah.
All he's saying is meet me around the ballpark. It's going to be 100 up front regardless. So meet me around the ballpark. Let's talk real numbers, and then we can make it happen. You know what I mean?
I think he's going to clear 150. I think there's going to be a rematch where it's going to probably, if the fight's a great fight, he's going to clear 200 million the next fight. Mm-hmm. And it's going to keep going. And listen, let's just say if they want him to fight September. You got September. Let's say if it's an immediate rematch, you got Cinco de Mayo, and then you got September again. Why not have the trilogy back to back to back? Why can't we have something that big?
Yep.
You're telling me right now, for a company that's trying to make this impact, if PBC or Netflix, I mean, if Amazon and Netflix were to get this fight, right? Let's just say you have a year and a half, 2 year window of dominating the sport that has the biggest fight. So you're gonna sit there and tell me right now that they're not willing to pay this money? Canelo Alvarez, you are a genius, my man.
A fucking genius.
100%. 100%. I mean,
But
I'm
he's not dumb, though. It's like he been around the game so long. And then, like, people got to understand, Canelo is just not bringing their money from boxing. That's what they caught up on.
yeah.
He just helped direct the movie. So
Mhm.
now he's helping direct movies now. So he understands the commercial value of his name. You understand? The commercial value of my name is worth more than what it is in boxing. That's what y'all gotta understand, bro. Y'all have to understand that. Canelo is pulling in money from so many different revenues. He got his drink, I mean his beverage line. He got his
Mhm.
golf, he got a golf line going on with his golfing. He has his clothes line. He has a movie line. He has so many things where he's pulling in
Yeah.
money from different revenues to where y'all gotta understand he's behind closed doors and he's in a room with people with deep pockets. Deep
Yeah.
pockets. He ain't just
No,
asking for these numbers for no reason.
and people don't even know that he signed that. He came to a deal with the Mexican network TV, the biggest one out there, to where, he's getting paid for that. Where they don't charge the Mexico for the pay-per-view, so he's getting paid for that, just for the rights of that.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're talking about a lot of money right now, and again, listen, my hats off to that man right now. I'm definitely, um, I'm Team Canelo, man. And you're the Uncle Juan of this. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I want it to happen, man. Listen, man. If they announce, imagine Jaime Munguia fight, they'll probably announce it after Benavides' fight, and they say September goes down. Do you understand? This may have to go down in Texas. It can't go down in Vegas.
Man.
It can't.
It
It
just might
have.
be a Vegas fight though.
It would have to. I think it would have to be in Texas. Do you understand? 100,000 seat. I believe that this is how big this fight is. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong for the people, the ass they can put in the seats. Hey, it might happen at Jerry Jones World.
Yeah, yeah.
California.
That's what so Malik the God said. I was with you. Now you're going to murky waters. I don't know what murky waters that are going to. Explain to me the murky waters, Malik. I'm kind of lost with that
Right,
comment. I don't know what me and Monty said that was murky at that point. What
right.
do you think that was?
I don't even know, but put in the chat what you're talking about. We will respond.
Yeah, Malik. I don't know what the hell you're talking. Tell what you're talking about, brother. But moving on from that, man. I mean, I think we have a real good chance of this going down now in September, especially with Canelo going out and saying what he said. Shit, man. I mean, you tell me what else is out there right now? I mean, I was just excited to talk about Canelo today, but
You know, we have the Ryan Garcia situation going on, the Tank and the Frank Warren situation going on.
what happened with Tank and Tank got involved with Ryan Garcia again? I don't know what the hell that was about.
Well, Ryan said that because Tank had put on his Instagram, I mean, sorry, his Twitter, slip brick hand something. He's sleeping again, and I guess Ryan thought Tank was talking about him, saying Tank was, worrying about him, and he needed to just focus on fighting Frank Morton. If not, fight him at 140 to shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? So Ryan thinking Tank was, throwing salt at him and things of that nature from his last Twitter post.
Okay. And what was what were you talking about the Ryan Garcia situation? Any updates on that? I know that somebody had told me. I don't know who told me this that they were trying to buy tickets on for the Barclays Center fight, and they said that they stopped selling tickets because they were worried that the fight was going to go down. Apparently, the New York Commission was trying to get an evaluation on Ryan Garcia or something. I don't know what. I don't know what. I mean, do you know anything about that?
Now I haven't heard anything like that. As far as I know, the fight is still taking place. I know people being skeptical though, saying, like you said, they they worry if Ryan gonna make it to the fight, things of that nature. I believe he gonna make it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think there's too much money involved in this fight. I do believe that. I do believe that Ryan is kind of being. I don't want to say that. This is gonna sound messed up, but I think he's getting pimped out at this point. And I think that, when they say strike when the iron is hot, I feel like that's what you're going to see. That's why you see Coach Stevenson jumping out of the window. I think they're going to try to get as much out of this kid as possible within the next year or so, because I think he's going to fizzle out. I think they believe that this kid is going to fizzle out and he's going to be out of the sport in a couple of years. In fact, he came out and said he only wanted to do 4 more fights. So I think they're going to throw him, use his popularity, regardless win, lose, or draw, until they're going to squeeze this lemon until there's no more juice in it, and that's just pretty much what I believe at this point in regards to Ryan Garcia. So I definitely think this fight's going to happen. I don't really believe that people really care, especially the business people, about his mental health or anything he's going through. That's just how I feel.
I agree. As long as they see him training, they see the family around him training, their whole objective is to get him to April 20th. You know what I mean? Get him to April 20th, get him in the ring, and we'll worry about everything else afterwards. But the main objective is make sure this event is a go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it happens. Barring something crazy, an injury in sparring or something, I don't think. I think they're gonna pretty much babysit him. I don't think he continues to work with Derek James after this. To be honest with you, I think Derek seems extremely
Frustrated.
He looks frustrated. He's just like, I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of pressure to deal with, a lot of hoopla as a trainer. How can you, if you can't get the boxer focus, how can you focus? So, I mean, all in all, I do agree with you on that. Malik the God says, what's your opinion on Crawford? I mean, what exactly about Crawford? I mean, this is what I can say about Crawford. He's chasing Canelo. He's chasing the bag. Yeah, I mean, I heard he was. They said that the Chris Eubanks thing was smoke and mirrors. It was BS. I don't believe that. I believe they actually were attempting to do that fight at 160, and dominate him, and maybe say, hey, look, 160 is not that far apart. I'm only 8 pounds away from Canelo, to make it put more pressure on Canelo. I believe that was the strategy. But I believe when they announced that it was Chris Eubank Jr., that he got criticized for it. And people were killing him because I thought it was a terrible fight when you got Boots sitting right there. I think he didn't want to face that backlash. That's my opinion. But I believe that Chris Eubank fight was a possibility. And I think it was simply so they could close the gap between Canelo and the weight thing. What do you think, Monty?
I agree 120% with you, Norbs. Right on the head, bro. Of course, it was a real situation going on with him and Chris Eubanks. Like you say, the backlash they was receiving and things of that nature, they didn't like the backlash. They knew that it wasn't going to sell. So once they got the reaction that they got, they're like, oh, man, you know what? That's a dead deal. Crawford already don't sell. His only sale was with Earl Spence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you already ain't got the fan base like that to sell out anything. So, like I said, they were trying to, we just fought at 160 pounds. We can make 168, right? Trying to get him acclimated to the weight. So at the end of the day, of course it was real. Now, you're saying what's our opinion on Crawford? Like, what do you want from us? Like, he need to look for a fight that's realistic, right? I think he need to come down to earth. Okay, you got the Earl Spence win. Congratulations to you. No knock on that, right? It solidifies you. But at the end of the day, it didn't make you this mega star. You're not a crossover star. Nobody's really talking about you like that. You had your 15 minutes of fame. Now, what are you going to do after Earl Spence is the question? And it's there Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got was it Virgil Ortiz at 147?
Yeah,
you got
154 now.
At 154. I mean, 7 pounds. You can still fight one of the Charlos. Everybody wants to see you fight Boots. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the fight. And again, it sucks the position you're in simply because as much as people want to see you fight Boots, it's not worth that much of a fight. And again, you're going against time. He's going to be 36. I don't know if he turned 36 yet, but I know he's right there on the verge of turning 36. Okay? There's not much boxing left in this man's career. And he has to make some type of move soon. And I believe that's why the Chris Eubank Jr. situation came about, because he was trying to get Canelo possibly in September. He knocks out Chris Eubank, says, look, oh my God, his power transitions to 160. Imagine what he could do against against Canelo. And it just worked against him. I think Boots, somebody just said Boots is a slap in the face to Crawford. Are we serious, Malik the God? Have you seen Boots and his fight?
Man, stop it.
Who else at 147 do we want to see? Who else do we want to see Crawford fight but Boots? In fact, Boots got mad at Wallow from $1 million worth of game for putting out the text messages between them. He said he's not a draw. Bro, who can he fight that's going to be a draw? Who do people want to see Crawford fight more? That is the biggest fight he has right now outside of fighting Canelo Alvarez. What other fighter? I mean, Errol Spence, I think, is ruined at this point. He just said that fight won't get a lot. It already has a lot of traction. People don't want to see Bud fight anybody but Boots or Canelo. Who does he fight? I mean, I'm hearing rumors of possibly the winner of Tszyu, but even that, Boots is still a bigger fight than Tszyu.
Exactly.
Somebody said, who's Boots fought? It's kind of the situation with Canelo and Benavides. Benavides just fought Caleb Plant. He just fought Boo Boo. But this guy's dominating people, Boots. He's the guy at 147.
So
he's not going to fight. Huh?
Malik, the guy, who do you want to see Crawford fight? All right.
Please, tell us. He's going to say Canelo. He's going to say Canelo. I guarantee you he's going to say Canelo. Mm-hmm. There's only one fight that's as big as that.
So we know where you're coming from, bro. He don't deserve no Canelo fight. What are you talking about?
100%, guys. Listen, everybody wants to see Bud fight Boots. But Bud knows the risk is not greater than the reward. He said Canelo. What did I say? What did I tell you, Monty?
Stop it, bro. What has he done to deserve a Canelo fight, bro? Like,
what has he done?
Be realistic with us, man. Be realistic. What makes you think he can beat Canelo Alvarez?
Look, you're a 147-pound fighter. Your best fight. It's crazy how Canelo gets the criticism to fight Benavides, as he's the mandatory. But people don't want to sit there and look at the realization that Bud Crawford, that Boots is on his heels, and he does not want to fight him. He just does not. He's the mandatory, guys. And he's beating people like, I'm talking, he's knocking mofos out. There is nobody else at 147, at 154 that's bigger for him to fight. Period. If he goes up to 168, Canelo doesn't have to take him. And Canelo gains no credit for beating Crawford. Nothing. It's almost similar to when Bernard Hopkins fought De La Hoya and he knocked him out with a body shot.
Right, bro.
People forget that happened.
How you gonna jump? So you saying Terence Crawford deserved to fight over David Benavides is what you saying?
That's what he's saying. A lot of people feel like Crawford would just. There was one fighter, I don't know who this guy was. He had like dreads, and he was like, the things that give Canelo problems are not the things that Terence Crawford does well, and that's a fact. Terence Crawford is not a great defensive fighter. That's not what he does. He's a great counterpuncher, but he's had problems with guys like Sean Porter. Yes, he ended up knocking Sean Porter out, but if you could recall, what did they tell him in the 9th or 10th round? You have to knock him out.
Yeah.
Guys, Sean Porter is nowhere near in the class of Canelo Alvarez. Sorry to tell you that. He just is not.
I'm saying we seen the fight with Jermall Charlo.
Yeah.
Jermall Charlo is a boxer puncher just like Crawford. The same shit that's going to happen to Crawford will happen to Jermall Charlo. The exact same shit.
Listen,
all before it's a cash out bag.
Bud Crawford is a great fighter. Yes, absolutely. But we're not going to sit here and act like 21 pounds. Is it 21? Right? 21 pounds is something to sneeze at. We act like Canelo Alvarez is just a regular schmuck. Like, we're not even giving him credit that he's one of the greatest. He's probably top 10 in my. He's definitely top 10. He's probably top 5 on my list of all time. Mm-hmm. And he's strong. Bud Crawford has never faced anybody as skilled or as strong as Canelo. The combination of power, size, it's not even close. You said Crawford has beaten a lot of different type of boxers. Like who? Like, has he beat anybody like Canelo? No. It's crazy how people are very like, and it's sad because this man, people got to remember, age has always been, age is defeated. He's going to be 36 years old. How much will his body continue to go at that? And then he's got a layoff. What was the
July
suspense fight?
July 29th.
All right, we're coming up on a year. He doesn't even have an opponent. So let's just say he does get Canelo. We're looking at what, a year and some change in September, unless he takes somebody before or whatever. But he hasn't been in the ring in a year. I don't know. I mean, listen, people love Crawford, but I don't have Crawford as my number one pound for pound. I have Canelo. I'm sorry, that's just what I have. I have Canelo, but you know, it is what it is.
Listen, though, Terence Crawford said out his own mouth, "I'm not Superman. People want me to go up." And this one, Canelo was at 160 pounds, bro. Canelo was at 160.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I'm not Superman. Y'all think I can just go up and beat that man?" Now he's at 168, but now all of a sudden he can go up to an extra 8 pounds after you said you couldn't do it at 160. So now you're going to go up an extra 8 pounds and beat him at 168. Not just beat him, dominate him, and knock him out. Like, man, stop it, man. Please stop it.
Dom Cafe said Mayweather was 36 when he dismantled a 22 or 23-year-old.
Stop comparing these dudes to Mayweather. Terence Crawford ain't no fucking Mayweather.
He's not Mayweather.
So much more better from when he was 23 years of fucking age.
And let's be honest, bro. It was not. You act like he sat there and beat him to a bloody pulp like he beat a Toro Gotti. No, that's not what happened. He outboxed the kid. Canelo's not a kid anymore. Crawford is not a kid. It is a completely different mind state and where Canelo is today. Stop it, guys. Wow. Canelo is way more cerebral than he once was at 30, at 23 years old. Come on.
And Terence Crawford ain't no fucking defensive genius. Like Norbs said, the boy gets hit a lot. Come on now.
100%. Somebody says he's packed. I'm not saying anything about the pack. If it was a boring fight, what I'm saying is, he fought Canelo. Canelo was 23 years old, dog. He just turned 23. He's not that same fighter. He's not. He said, "I'd see." I mean, I'd like to see Crawford take a fight at 160. Why not? Well, I mean, I don't know who.
Crawford better stay at 154, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what he does against. Why can't we see what he does against Boots? Or why don't we see what he does against Tszyu? Or even the other Charlo?
They so afraid of him getting in the ring with Boots.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like I said, I mean, I've heard rumors of possibly Tszyu versus Buck Crawford. That's something I'd like to see. You know what I mean? I'd love to see that. That's definitely a fight I'd like to see. The Boots fight is the fight that needs to be made for Crawford. He just realized he knows that he's a strong possibility he can lose the Boots. Let's be honest. And if he loses the Boots, bye-bye to Canelo Alvarez. He's not ever going to see Canelo. And that's the big risk in that situation.
And if you lose to Canelo, no, guess what? You're supposed to, because he was there to be great.
100%.
On the way out the door.
And not only that, you're getting the bag that could set you for life. Like, come on. Let's be real. It's a win-win for Crawford. Even if he gets knocked out, it's a win-win.
Exactly,
he was supposed to lose. And he gets the biggest bag that he's ever seen. He missed out on a lot of bags over the years because he was with Top Rank.
Yeah.
That's on him. Okay? You know, you can't sit there and put the pressure on Canelo to fight him when he doesn't have to.
Let me say this, nobody, listen, this is the crazy part about y'all people, bro. Now Crawford only got 2. Nobody was screaming for no fucking Crawford and Canelo, bro. Cut it out. Stop it. Please stop it.
Nobody was. Until he beat Spence and people started throwing, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, dog, do people even understand weight classes? He said, taking Boots doesn't make boxing sense. How is that even a possible? That's like saying Canelo not fighting Benavides makes no boxing sense. It clearly does.
Man.
You don't have to be a Boots fan to understand that. We want to see the fight.
Y'all people is pretty crazy, bro. Taking Boots don't make sense, but taking Canelo does make sense. But he done nothing at 168, nothing at 160. You have people that's been in line for years to get the Canelo Alvarez fight. But all of a sudden, Terence Crawford is the man that deserves to fight. Man, sit y'all ass down somewhere.
Guys, Errol Spence is not Boots. Boots is 24?
Yeah, bro. Ain't been in no accidents. Young, hungry line, ready to get it on.
What are we talking about? Spencer's going to kill him. I never heard anybody say Spencer's going to kill him. A lot of people had it a coin toss of who was going to win. These were the two best 147-pound fighters. That is a fact. Now, did we expect Bud to dominate him like he did? Absolutely not. But we're not going to sit here and act like that just because that happened, that'll happen to Boots. That's not the situation.
We're talking to an Omaha native. I bet you probably from Omaha, something like that, man.
He's from Nebraska. He's definitely from Nebraska. 1,000%. Guys, listen, there's a reason why he doesn't take Boots Ennis. There's a huge reason he's not going to take Boots. And don't act like it's not a big threat for him, because it clearly is, and he understands that. He said Jermall Charlo was a cakewalk for Canelo.
Same thing.
Because Canelo made it that way. How many other people had a cakewalk with Jermall Charlo?
Exactly, bro.
We acting like people are just walking down the unified champion at 154 pounds. No, Canelo did that.
And you're going to do the same thing with Terence Crawford.
Now Jermall Charlo's not a great fighter? Come on. He felt the power. And they didn't want none no more. I'm sorry.
That's who Terence Crawford wanted to fight next. I'm going to get Earl, then I'm going to get Jermall Charlo. Oh, let's see if you can beat Jermall Charlo. Because Canelo beat him don't mean you can beat him. You feel me?
Yeah. Someone said we knew it was going to be a cakewalk. Here we go with this. I love when people say that we knew. Canelo gets no credit whatsoever in regards to his victories. It's like, he should win. He's not that great. But I'm like, guy, he beat a unified champion. Yes, he was a 154-pound fighter. He did want to fight his brother. It did not happen for whatever reason. And that's the fight that happened. Listen, I felt like he was going to beat him. I felt he was going to not. Listen, he didn't put up a fight because he got hit and he felt the power. He said he felt how strong Canelo was.
Exactly.
He didn't expect it. Come on, guys. Like I think people tend to just take away from everything Canelo does. He beat Miguel Cotto. Are we not? Miguel Cotto's not a Hall of Famer. He beat Shane Mosley. Are we all forgetting that Canelo's resume is undeniably the best resume in boxing right now?
I'm trying to tell you.
Come on, man. He said Bud beats Jermall Charlo convincingly. Then make the fight. Make the fight happen.
Let's see how convincingly he can beat him. See, y'all just going off of y'all theories of what y'all think is gonna happen. We need to see what's actually gonna happen.
You see what he's saying? He says he knew when he signed that fight, he knew he was going to run. And that's exactly why he doesn't want to fight Crawford. Because that's exactly what's going to be said if he knocks Terence Crawford out. He knew he was going to do that. He's not going to get no credit. You're answering every question that we're saying in regards to Bud fighting Canelo. Timothy Bradley and you are the only people that believe at this point that Bud beats him and convincingly. Let's be honest. Stop it. Nobody beats Canelo Alvarez convincingly like that. Stop it, man.
And damn, you're not knocking him out.
Yeah, man. Like, come on. He said Crawford won't run. He needs to run. He needs to fight. He's not going to stand there. He's not walking down Canelo Alvarez. Nobody walks down Canelo Alvarez. He gassed out against Bivol, and that's what happened. But if you watch the fight, he was putting it on Bivol in the beginning. Bivol was not opening up and walking him down like that.
I love to hear you come back and answer that question after you feel that Canelo power. Huh. Okay.
I don't understand. Like, is Canelo overrated? Oh. Canelo is a great fight for Crawford. All right, man. But Boots isn't. It's crazy how Canelo's a great fight, but Boots isn't. How isn't Boots, who is in his division, who wants those belts, not a great fight for Bud Crawford? But Benavides is a great fight for Canelo, and he's quote unquote ducking Benavides. But Crawford is not ducking Boots. Can we get that right, Malik? So what we're saying is Canelo is ducking Benavides, but Bud is not ducking Boots, correct?
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like, and then not only that, Norbs, they gonna say that Canelo is ducking Crawford as well.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
That's why Canelo say, "Look here, man. It doesn't matter what the fuck I do. It's never going to be good enough. So guess what? I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to make my legacy how I want to make my legacy. I don't care if y'all like it, don't like it, whatever. The history books want to say another thing. I'm already set in stone, man.
Yeah,
Already
yeah.
set in stone.
Listen, man, this is my man Uncle Juan right here. He knows what he's talking about.
Yes, indeedy, my friend.
But yo, on that note, I gotta go pick up my kids, man. We're gonna come back. Hopefully, Monty's available tomorrow. Yo, Monty, if you want to go tonight, I'll go on your show tonight, and we'll make it pop off, my man.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes,
down for
sir.
tonight.
We're gonna see what goes down tonight.
Yeah, let's. I don't even want to talk about Canelo more because they're gonna say we're the biggest meat riders with Canelo. I love Canelo. I'm sorry, guys. So it is what it is. But on that note, I appreciate you, my man Uncle Juan, aka Downtown Monty Brown.
Yes, sir.
We out of here, brother. Appreciate you. Guys, stop the Canelo hate. Great show, but y'all dead wrong. Malik, I love you to death, but you are absolutely wrong, my man, but you're my guy. But tune in tonight on Monty's channel. I'll be on around 10, 10:15, 10:30, somewhere around there. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Malik, call your friends. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get the show going the way it needs to go. I'm going to continue to build. We're going to take this industry over. And it's your boy. And we are out. Appreciate you, Malik. Appreciate everybody tuned in. My guy.